Hi, how is everybody? uh, I am back. Let's see. Hi, Shayla Kelly. Hi, Abigail. Hi. I'm trying to think. Shoot, hold on. Bear with me. Julie. Hi, Julie. And hi, Mary Joanna. How's everybody this evening? It is a beautiful day, and well, it is. It's supposed to get cold tonight. I'm trying to see what the temperature is. Oh, shoot. I hope everybody's doing great. Bear with me. It's getting cold. There's a frost warning, I think, here. I don't know. Hi, Natalie. Now, if you, for those of you, if I gave you a message earlier, I'm going to try not to just Jackie M. Thank you. There's Jackie and then Jackie M. Okay, let's see. Yes, it's Jackie M. Why do I have a mental block with that? So, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Sher. I'm an intuitive. I receive messages from the divine in various ways, shapes, and forms. I am, what am I? I'm an empath, and I try to help you. I don't provide magic answers, I just really give you clarity in your life. So, and I go on here and I promote the sharing of peace and love in the universe. Uh, I prayed earlier, but I'll certainly pray for you tonight, Abigail. This is more like our spiritual question and answer session. If you have questions about things that are spiritual, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to answer questions as far as I know, my knowledge on this subject. And if I don't have the knowledge, there's probably someone here in this chat that does. Also, so like if you have any questions about spiritual awakening or anything like that, I will be happy to answer those. If I read for you today or prayed and read for you today, I probably won't read for you again tonight, just because at a certain point, even with me, I have to, hi JC, I have to protect my energy as well. Sure, we can pray for your healing, Abigail. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and do that right now, as a matter of fact. Father, I pray that you, Father, will you send your healing light to Abigail's wrist and just heal it, take that pain away. Let her not even hardly notice it, Father, and let her just clear her way out of her energy, out of her area. Give her peace and protection and light and love. I ask this in your name, dear Heavenly Father. Amen. Amen. Okay, confirmation everywhere. Ooh, that was hot. Almost burnt my wrists. Me and the candles, I swear. Mm. So, welcome if you're new. I'm happy to have you. Um, if you have a question about spiritual awakening, my first question was, am I losing my mind? Because it's a valid question. Oh, thank you. Hi, Shayla Kelly. It is a valid question because you start receiving messages and things. You are so welcome, and you start thinking, is this my imagination or is this real? And if nothing else, I'll tell you this: it'll happen enough times over and over again. If you haven't gotten it, you'll start to realize it's not your imagination. It is real. It is a real connection. They are real messages. Certainly, Asa. All right. A message for healing for Asa. Asa, I'm being told that you have everything you need to facilitate everything that you want to make happen in your life. You need to pull your strength within, and it'll be good. So you actually are like, I feel like your own best cheerleader. When you get in a funk, you pump yourself up. I don't know why, but that's something I'm hearing. And if you had not been with us before, welcome. I'm happy you're here. JC, how you doing tonight? And let me say a prayer to get started, and then I'll just see what comes through, guys. Okay. Father, come here into this place, into this space with all of these beautiful souls. Allow the right messages, the right answers, the right everything to come through, Father, for the right people at the right place and the right time. I ask to give all messages in love. I also ask for your peace and your protection, your divine protection. And I ask that all of you, Father, none of me. I ask this in your name, dear Heavenly Father. Amen. All right. Amen. Okay, so it's great to have you guys here tonight. I have been so lazy today. I really just want to sleep, but that's not healthy. So I made myself go out and walk. And there was a welcome party for newcomers where I live, and I missed it. I showed up when they were leaving. So I was like, oh, I feel so welcome. Not. I just kept walking. I need to be better about putting things on my calendar. So welcome. It's great that you guys are here. If you have a spiritual awakening question, please feel free to ask. Some of the things in our life that we can do in general to clear energy in our air, our environment, all of that is will clear clutter, first of all. Get rid of the clutter. That I should be telling myself this because my desk is a hot mess. But every time I go live, I accumulate more clutter. So it's great that you're here this evening. Hi, Tiger Dragon. Would you like a card today? I'm trying to read for those that I did not read earlier for dusting and sanitizing. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. I like that. Thanks for the input. And I'm writing myself a note. Jackie M. I'm writing Jackie M. If I write it down, I'll remember Jackie. I hope. If not, just remind me till I remember. Okay, there's somebody in your house. You have, I don't know. Let me wait. I want to see. Let's see what comes out there. Nice. Okay, Tiger Dragon. Let's see what we have for Tiger Dragon at this time. I've prayed, I've cleared the air, I've sanitized. It's great to have you guys here on this beautiful Sunday night. I do too. I just wanted to sleep today. Messages for Tiger Dragon at this time. Got the cards. Okay. Different. Okay. Gotcha. I think it's the weather. It's so beautiful though. The leaves that just blow in the trees. It's like, it's like living in like a surreal experience. I'm like, this is beautiful. Okay. That's why I made myself get up and walk, because I would have slept and you would not be seeing me here. For Tiger Dragon, what do we have? Oh, nice. Great. Here it goes. All right. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Okay, clarification on the King of Cups, please. Wow. More clarification, please. Wow. Okay. Okay, Tiger Dragon, this is kind of an interesting read. The first thing is you showed up as the star, which is great. I'd show you, but she's naked. But on top of the star showed up the Fool. Both of these were in the upright position. So there's something about having a new look on life, maybe moving forward in a better state of being. At a certain point, or it feels like that you were the hangman. Well, you were the hangman and you were stuck. Something to do with the King of Cups. Okay. The King of Cups was more about the material aspect of life, not so much the nurturing, but more the money aspect. And so then after the King of Cups, because they just kept hanging on to this, the Seven of Cups kicked in. This is like they started focusing on what they did not have. Okay, this may be you or somebody else, but then again, all roads go back to the Fool. Again, you showed up as the Fool. Okay, actually, I read one wrong. Okay, so this is the Fool. You end up as the Fool. But the what I thought was a fool earlier is the Two of Pentacles, having options. Okay, and I like that. It's kind of interesting, but it feels like that you pulled yourself up out of this. Um, I want to say a lack mentality, because it was a lack mentality, as in you were focusing on that was what you needed to make you happy. And it feels like you've shifted that since then. So this beautiful energy, and that now you have this kind of free energy. I like that for you. All right, that's what I have. Let's see. I hope that helps, Tiger Dragon. Okay, let's see. Let's read Sheila's notes. When you connect with the earth more and get more grounded, you feel the hibernation. Yes, I do. I want to go hibernate right now. but here's the thing. I no, I need to be functional. Okay, so all right. Jackie M. Wait, let's see. Now, did I read for you earlier today? You're so welcome, Tiger Giant. If I read for you earlier today, and that would include prayer and connecting, I only want to try to read for people once a day, because at a certain point, my energy gets limited too. Like today, I did not want to get up, but we had a 2-hour session last night. Okay, you were not on earlier. Gotcha. All right, let me see what I have for Jackie M. Messages for Jackie M. Clarification. Okay. Again. More clarification. Sorry, guys. Okay, this is kind of a weird read, Jill. Okay. This is very weird. Okay, the first thing that I have is the Nine of Cups. This is Nine of Cups in reverse, more focused on like me and not the general environment. On top of that, you have the Death card. That's transition. So maybe that's saying that you went from focusing on not just yourself, but like looking at everything else in the world that it had to offer. Um, there's something here about the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, again, a focus on the material aspect of life, right? But I feel like this is either this was you or someone around you, but you might have pushed past it, because now you have the King of Wands, like pushing past that energy, realizing that the material aspect of life is not what would get you there. Okay, so it's like coming back to center, coming back to your passions for life with this King of Wands. That's what I have for you. All right. Perfect. Okay. Bear with me. Welcome if you're new here. Uh, Happy to have you. If you have a spiritual question, feel free to reach out and ask. There are some things that I'll go over um, that may help people. And I'll be going over putting a lesson up later in the members group. Okay, so we are kind of focusing on like there's a shift. We're all going through kind of a shift, I've noticed, and it seems like it's displacing quite a few of us. But so some of the things that we can do to get through this shift, or even the change in the weather, is like instead of trying to fix everything at one time, maybe cleaning one small area at a time, like feeling like, okay, I'm just going to straighten, well, this section of my desk. That's a good idea. Yeah. Also, this is kind of the time when, we get sluggish and we don't really want to do anything. We want to sit in our chair. And I get this totally. I'm a chair person. But the thing about that is movement is life. Life is movement. So we need to, we need to get up and move. If you're feeling stagnant and stuck, uh, the best way to get out of that is to get up and move. Also, another thing is to limit your limit the outside world. Turn things off occasionally. Flip the TV off. Put some music open. Open the windows. Let the fresh air and sunshine come in. Light a candle. Tell yourself some bad jokes. Do something that makes you happy. Okay. Also, yeah. So, I mean, like, even on the outside thing, guys, if you set like a limit for 1 hour, for 1 hour, I'm going to be as productive as I possibly can with no outside stimuli. I'm just going to come back to me, back to basics, and see what I can accomplish at this time. And you'll be amazed. Okay. Okay. This is kind of a good one. This one is called, yeah, it was raining. Gotcha. Yeah, I totally get it. It's gotten colder here. I might actually have to turn the heat on in the mornings. Makes me think though, when I was younger, I'm from the South, so we eat breakfast for dinner sometimes. And my grandma used to make that buttered toast and the hot cocoa and the grits and the bacon. Oh my God, I think I'm taking on the iris. Oh Lord, have I picked up on Iris's food habits? Okay, also, you're being asked to notice something that you believe in. Okay, like, if you believe that your recycling helps everybody, uh, and it probably does. This is not the best question to, it's not the best question as an example, but like, think also, whatever it is that you're focusing on or that you feel is going on in your life, ask yourself, is this a good thought or a bad thought? Is it a helpful thought or is it a destructive thought? Is this thought helping me or is it making me want to go jump off a cliff? So be careful. Thoughts are things. Okay, we don't want to go jumping off any cliffs. God, I'm getting hungry. Oh my goodness. And so it is very important to look at what you're thinking. Also, look at where you're hanging out. If you're hanging out in a group of negative people, or it's depressing to go hang out with them, or you make it to the party late, um, think about those things and also notice the way that your body reacts to things. Even if you're a reader, when you're reading, if you get sick to your stomach, or if things aren't flowing, usually those are indications that it's like time to take a break or rest, right? Um, hi, I am Zarona. And so those are important things to think about. Also, I have some more. I was I got a gift card yesterday. It was so nice. For I don't know why, but I did. All right. And thank you, Holly, last night. I appreciate it. Send me what it is you told me to try. I certainly will. Okay. One of the, so we are talking about improving our quality of life and living on a higher vibration. And some of the, and if I read for you earlier today, I'm asking that you not ask me to read for you again tonight because my energy is I have I put out a lot of energy. Also, so how can we improve our quality of life? One of the things we can do is wake up 30 minutes earlier in our day. Now, if you're not a morning person like me, I don't think I'm a morning person. I am once I'm awake, but not. What can we do? We can take that extra 30 minutes and like make our start slower, maybe eat something better, do a little stretching, do a little yoga, do a little gratitude, pick up a few things before you get your day started. Take a moment just to like feel where you are in the beginning of that day. These are all things like, and even if you don't do the extra 30 minutes, these are things that we can do. Like you don't have to immediately get up and look at your phone. The phone does not need to determine how your day goes. You should determine how your day goes. Set that intention. My day is going to be beautiful, regardless, of any crazy phone calls, etc., and so forth. Also, they have this one on here. Drink water before coffee. Supposedly, it improves your focus and your digestion and your energy. Now, I've heard that a lot in my life. Drink a glass of water, like when you first get up in the morning. I'll have to do some research on that one. I like this one. There was a write down 3 priorities, like 3 priorities would be like not to do list, but like I'd like to like get my kitchen in order today. I'd like to hang the lights, but they can't be to do. It's just like you know what I'm talking about. So I hope that helps. Hi, Vanessa. Okay, I don't think I read for you earlier today, Vanessa. Let me pull a card here. I've already prayed. Let's see. Vanessa asked, hope you're doing well. I'd like to ask about my love life. What do we have for Vanessa's love life at this time, Lord? Ooh, okay. Oh, that's not good. You were in the dark about something. Do you have a love life? Because if you don't, the love life that you had was not so good. It was like a betrayal or something. Okay. You're shooting for the 10 of cups. I get that. Hi, Venus. And well, you got to take your phone out of your hand, Debbie Cox. Okay. Okay. So let me look at this here. For Vanessa. Okay, so you were in an 8 of Swords, surrounded by things you couldn't see with your hands kind of tied. And now you want the 10 of Cups. Okay, you want the 10 of Cups, but you're still in Queen of Swords energy in the reverse, like still kind of focused on whatever happened here. It's kind of like that focus. And so what they're because you want the 10 of Cups, but what they're saying here is to if you want the 10 of Cups, that you have to go forth like childlike, like to like believe that you can get it, believe that you can get the love and stuff like that. Okay, because it's okay to ask for it, but you also have to believe you're going to receive it. But there is something here about healing this Queen of Swords energy because of the past. All right. I hope that helps. I I can tell it was pretty bad, Vanessa, but you are getting there. And just remember, go forward like the fool. I mean that in the best way. If you asked me a question earlier today, or if I read for you in the chat, I am asking to limit the questions unless you want to book a reading or a private question, because I only have so much energy, guys. And as we continue this journey, I'm getting busier and busier. And so I appreciate you respecting that. Um, if you do want to book like a private question, a one question energy. Now, if you're new or if I haven't read for you today, I truly understand it. But if you want to book like a one question thing, there is an option for one question on my website. And I think I posted that in the chat earlier. It is Share Peace and Love. I'll put it down here for you. Um, and one question is pretty inexpensive. My detailed readings are very extensive. Sharepeaceandlove.com. If I can type. Okay. And that's, you can go to that website and you can book a reading. I do have a one question reading on that, where you can ask me one question by email, and it's under $20. It's pretty minimal, and I will respond by email. Now, when I respond, I do read. I read just like I read in here, maybe a little more detailed, but I talk in text. So please excuse the errors. I do try to read it over though afterwards. And so there is a variety of prices on my website. I think they start at 12 and go to 100. So I'm probably one of the more reasonable readers in the business, but each reader brings something great and wonderful to the table. So that's not, I'm in my lane. Everybody else is in their own lane. And the other thing is I may not be your reader. I may not be the person that resonates with you, or we may not make that connection. There are times when I'm reading for you guys when if I say a name and there's nothing, it comes few and far between, but there's been a few times where I'm like, I can't read for you. And it's because either you're not meant to be given that message at the time, or it's because I'm not getting a message. It's like, and that happens. Oh, hold on one second, guys. I think that's a delivery. Let me just double check. Bear with me. I'll be right back. Let me check my front door. Perfect. I'll be right in. One second. This one. One second. Perfect. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I was waiting on a delivery. Okay, let me catch up here. Let's see. Please go check it out. Her prices are amazing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I try. So I don't want you to think, if you ask me to answer another question, it's not that I don't want to, but I also have to, God he gives me rules too. I have to respect my energy, and the life of being spiritually woke and connecting, it is a lot of energy. And so I appreciate you guys respecting that and understanding that. So we'll continue our list. If you are new here or you haven't been read for today, I'll be happy to read for you. Okay, so we last left off on these are things that we can do to change our life, to feel better. And these are small changes. A lot of times in our lives, those small changes are really what makes the difference, truly. Okay, and so We left off on writing three priorities that you want to make happen. That would make like a real difference in your day. Now, I'm so bad about this. I'm so bad about prioritizing because I like my chair and I'm a bum sometimes. But I have found that when I really set two or three things aside that I want to make happen, and I go out of my way to focus on those things, I have found that at the end of the day, there's such a feeling of relief to get that done. Hi, Cherry Blossom. So it's so nice um, that I force myself or push myself to make those things happen. Yes, thank you, Amazon. Also, this is another important one to raise your vibration. I just did this a few minutes ago. You can do this without sunlight because I frequently do, is to go outside and take a walk for 10 or 20 minutes. Like, walk, breathe, listen to music. You're basically resetting your circadian rhythm, and it lifts your mood. And so when somebody says go out and take a walk, go spend time outside, there's an actual real reason for that. Go take a walk, go spend time outside. Life is good. Hi, Ethereal. Hi, all of you. I know the weather's changing. My lips are getting chapped. Also, here's another one. How do we raise that vibration? Another way we raise our vibration is to be kind to someone else. When is the last time that you did something kind for someone? Just when's the last time you just called and checked on someone? So this is about like uplifting others too, making a priority. Making that one of your intentions for the day. How can I uplift and help others, Lord? How can I walk in the light of love, right? And, it sounds simple to do, but like that first person that comes up to you that you really don't like or is like in your energy and your space, and you're like, whoa, back up. Those people like me, I'd be one of those people. And I'm not criticizing myself. I just know I am high energy. So it's not always easy to do. Imagine me at 7 o'clock in the morning. How you doing? Yeah, I get it. Trust me. But do take some time out of your day and set an intention to do something for someone other than yourself. This is gonna do a couple things. Well, first of all, biblically in the Bible, it says not to focus spending too much time on yourself. Why? Because then you get in that funk, that doldrum, and then you're writing stories in your head or cashing checks that you can't cash, and you're like overthinking and worrying about things. And a lot of times it's not even anything that exists. Do I need to be worried about this? How many times do we ask ourselves that question? Do I really need to be worried about this, or can I just let it go? Can I just let the universe take care of it? Because believe it or not, a lot of times the universe will take care of it. Now, I'm not saying don't pay your bills or anything like that. We all need to be proactive in our life and make things happen. Feel free not to be a stranger. So if you have a spiritual awakening question on meditation, yoga, how you get messages, anything like that, I am open for discussion tonight. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not gonna nobody has all the answers. We're all on our individual journey And we're all just doing the best that we can with what we have and the gifts that we've been given. And we're all trying to figure it out. Everybody is trying to figure it out. If you think about it, if you look at it. But the one thing that we can do to make a difference is to operate in peace and love in the universe. When somebody's like, guys, we have so many bad things happen today. I remember when there was if there was something publicly involving firearms or something, that was few and far between. And now it's like a common occurrence. What if, and I'm not saying I can solve the world problems, because I can't, but what if that person that had some issues, what if we ran across them one day and maybe we had a conversation with them? And maybe if we helped them out, and maybe they thought, man, my life is better than I thought it was. Or what a nice person. And then they started being nice to themselves. Think about if we operated in so much love and we were concerned about others instead of tearing people down or talking bad about them or anything else. Think about what a difference it would make in the world. And I'm not political, and I don't want to get political, but even think about this today with the ICE agents and everybody and the stress and people being pitted against people for no good reason, really. Okay. People are people. We are all interconnected. There should be love. And so what if, hi, True Colors. If you want me to pull a card for you, I will. I have been missing you. Where have you been? And but people are people, and we all need to operate in love. Can you imagine if you're standing on the street and an ICE agent is like, I don't know, trying to be mean to you, and they are trying to do their job. It's not their fault. They're caught in this mess. And you're like, how's your day going? Peace and love. Can you see that? This poor guy would be like, what the heck is going on with this crazy woman? But can you also see how much nicer it would be? Seriously, though, really, and you can probably see me doing that. Hi, I'm Sher. I promote peace and love in the world. Do you want to join in with me? Can you see it? Can you? I did that the other day in a store. And people were like, what? Peace and love? You would have thought that I was offering them fire and brimstone. And I was like, clearly not my crowd. So here's the thing, though. How do we change these things? How do we change the perception? We change us. We are the change. We start with the change we want to see in the world. Here's an example. I know that one's kind of funny. And I'm in my house, and I think I have a lot of coats. And when you start having a spiritual awakening, and I'm not a saint, I'm going to be honest, I like my Liz Claiborne jacket, okay? But I also thought you become aware or more conscious than something beside yourself. And I thought, I have a lot of coats. And I thought, there are people who have no coats. I can get rid of some of my coats. I don't have to have that many coats. And then if you think about the result, somebody not being cold or a kid not being cold, those of you that have gifts, share your gifts. On this channel, my intent is to get to where this is such a phenomenal channel that money comes flowing in. Not money for me, because I don't need a jet or any of those things. I shop at yard sales and thrift stores, but money to help others, to support others, to make a difference in the lives of people that are sleeping on the street or in a car somewhere, or dealing with people with mental health issues, or they've been abused and they have nowhere to go. there's so many things that we can do in the world to help others, and it doesn't have to cost a lot, you know. And so these are like mind resets. When you have a spiritual awakening, these are things that actually truly take place within you. I'm not that good of a person. I do like my Liz Claiborne jacket, but also then the Holy Spirit kicks in and says, "Hey, Cher, really, how many jackets do you need? Or what would Jesus do?" Sorry. I mean, I don't mean that funny and all, and I know God would give him the coat, God would give him the coat. Um, but so these are things to think about when we're living on this higher vibration, to get out of our head instead of worrying about me, me, me. Think about, what can I do to help people? Find a charity thing. I'm not a saint, but like next weekend, I'm going to go help out with the charity event. And will I make some money? Probably. But also, will I donate some? Yeah, absolutely. Because it's the thing to do. When we all come together, that's when we make a difference in the world, guys. And even here in this chat, I don't know if you've noticed, but we come together. And it's not always about tarot cards. Sometimes it's about somebody that got hit by a car that is trying to walk again, or somebody that's had a really awful day and they don't feel like they're worth anything or whatever, and you lift them up because that's love. And God says to operate in love. So, true colors, yes. I'm off my soapbox now. Forgive me. So, yes, let's pull a color for a card for true colors. But so yeah, guys, try to remember, especially with everything going on in the world today. I don't get on my soapbox very often, or maybe I do. I don't know. All right, Father, what does true colors need to know about it this time? Whoa, energy. Oh, 3 cards. Let's see what we got. Ooh. What did you do, true colors? Oh, wow. Okay, let me have a sip of water for this one. Okay, so true colors. This is the first card that fell out. This is the 4 of Wands in reverse. It feels like something or someone threatened your stability. Okay, but and that needed to go, whatever that was. Absolutely, they did not know what. You never know. Okay, but here's the thing. So something happened in the stable factor, because clearly this is not a happy card. But then it feels like you took your power back, because here you are in the 7 of Pentacles energy, in the beautiful energy. You're having a cup of tea and there's flowers around you and you're smiling. So to me, this feels like you made a change in your life that's going to allow you to take your power back, to feel things in life again that are right and necessary. And the last card that you got, true colors, is the 10 of Pentacles. This is on the good side. It's a person with you with the Pentacles. It's about abundance. It's about love, but it's also about finding yourself first and making decisions about places that you don't need to be. I hope that helps, true colors. That was quite interesting. I don't usually get that deep on your readings, but that's clearly what it is. Anything else for true colors at this time? Okay. Anything else for true colors at this time? Queen of Pentacles energy. This is okay. So this is you being told to remember all the things that you have left, not to focus on what you lost, but to focus on what is going to come in and to look like within yourself. I hope that helps, True Colors. It's great to see you. I wondered, I've been missing you between the two platforms. My bad. I apologize for that. I think I even read for you one night when you weren't there. Good. I appreciate you, True Colors. It's great to see you. And guys, okay, so, oh, yes, there's more too. So while we're talking about spiritual awakening, and I promise I'm not being mean about the readings, I do feel like I feel bad when I tell people no, honestly. But I have to have some boundaries too, um, or I'll never sleep. So the other thing is we're going to be talking about spiritual awakening, and I'm going to be teaching the membership class, but I want to talk about some things that trigger spiritual awakening while we're waiting for those to come in that haven't had a reading or something. What triggers the spiritual awakening? Does anybody out there have any ideas? Marona, I did one for you earlier today when we talked for the prayer meeting, and the message was to just continue to work on yourself. So doing your hair and stuff is really important. That's self-care. Okay, Marona? Okay. So also we got to look at what triggers spiritual awakening. And guys, there's more things than you think. I thought Honestly, I thought just the dark night of the soul triggered spiritual awakening, but apparently more than that does. They Some of the things that are listed are major life changes or loss. So imagine maybe if you lose someone in your family, emotional or mental burnout. And that's easy to do. So when your body's telling you to rest, rest. Isolation or solitude. Yes, usually a trauma. That was what happened with me. It was trauma. And also, a lot of times with that, and I'm pretty sure you'll verify this, Shayla Kelly, trauma bonding. People create trauma bonds for control. I didn't even know that people did that, but they do, unfortunately. Okay. Also, it can go the other way too. It can be a powerful experience, such as love or some type of beauty. It can be meditation or mindfulness practice. It can be a near death experience or a life threatening event. Uh, it can be a lot of synchronicities, like meaningful coincidences. Like always with me and my mom, I always see the number 1111, and it's usually after I've been challenged by something in life. I'm like, okay, mom, I'm all right. Thank you. Appreciate it. That type of thing. It can be, have any of you ever said this to yourself? Is this all there is? Is this it? Is this, everything? Um, that's questioning reality or your identity or your purpose, or like, why am I here? Um, what'd Sheila Kelly say? She said, when you totally lose yourself and are left to find your way back alone. That is a very profound statement, because usually spiritual awakening is attached to some dark night of the soul trauma. Now they are listing other ways, but from my experience and from the experiences of others, I have noticed that it is usually trauma of some sort, and like getting to the point of losing yourself and forgetting who you are. Also, exposure to teachers can help you have a spiritual awakening. Like, you may not know you're having a spiritual awakening. You may find that all of a sudden you start getting these messages, and then you're like, oh, I'm having a spiritual awakening. And a lot of times, I like this one. It says, a quiet inner calling that whispers, there's more to life. And this is crazy. I asked myself that question one day. I was like, is there more to life? Is this all there is? And apparently there is more to life. It says you find God. Sheila Kelly said this, Shayla. You find God and decide if you want to truly find out the truth about all things or stay in the world. It's true because it's like you are separated from the world all of a sudden. You realize there is a higher purpose, a higher passion, a higher everything, really. So yes, and you do. And some people I don't think ever get there. Some people I've probably been that person, where I've lived many lives and not gotten it. And I'm learning that you repeat those lessons. I don't want to repeat any more lessons, Lord. So it is Sunday night and it's actually pretty low key. Wow, it's only 9:10. And it is great to see all of you here. And I hope that I made the day a little nicer for you. It's kind of slow tonight, and I'm actually going to take my cue tonight and stop for a while and see what happens in life. And I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for the support, for everything you guys do in this channel. I am also teaching myself a lot of technology right now. And so if you're a technology specialist, feel free to let me know that. Have a great night, guys. Thank you, Sheila Kelly, for your help. Thank you all for coming here and supporting the channel. Thank you for your donations, your kindness. I appreciate everything that you do, and I appreciate the love that you bring here to this channel. Please go and share some peace and love in the world if you get a chance. And I will see you guys later. Sorry, it's kind of a short night tonight. Bye, guys.